Man and woman, lalaki at babae, boy and girl, male and female. Dati-rati, sapat na ang ganitong pagkakilanlan sa isang tao. Pero ngayon, bakit parang hindi na sapat ang mga ganitong katawagan? What do we do when people choose to be known for their own sexual preferences? I am Carlo Panlilio. Let's take another look at sexual identity and gender identity. Bakla, bading, beki, tomboy, tibo, tibursya. Over the past 3 decades, we hardly notice that gays and lesbians have merely come out of the proverbial closet. Malaki ang nagawa ng media sa pagladlad ng mga homosexuals at pagbubukas ng mata ng mga heterosexuals. But in spite of all the seeming openness, there is still a lot of confusion among Filipinos about sexual and gender identity. Nakausap namin si Denton Barroquillo upang linawin ang ilang basic terms na madalas nating marinig.
In sexual orientation, basically, is what we call yung gender identity. If you are born biologically a male, ang dapat sexual orientation mo is masculine. If you were born a woman, therefore dapat ang iyong sexual orientation is feminine. Malapit yung kaugnayan ng biological identity at saka ng gender identity.
According to Dr. Ruel Rojas, gender identity pertains to how a person behaves or lives out his or her natural characteristics.
It's not simply physiological or anatomical or biological. It is also psychological. Ang tawag namin dito sa lalaki ay animus at ang tawag namin sa babae naman ay anima. Ito yung relationship ng isang babae at ng isang lalaki sa kanilang behavior bilang babae at bilang lalaki. Siguro mas maganda na tatatnan natin na ang bawat lalaki ay mayroong pagka-anima at ang bawat babae naman ay mayroong pagka-animus.
Yung gender identity, it's something that needs to be developed sa bata while he or she is growing up. Kailangan doon ng maraming amount ng time to bond, time to just be together and then magkaroon ng tinatawag na same-sex nurturance as far as the mother and the girl is concerned, for example. Ganun din naman yung tinatawag na masculine introjection as far naman as the father and the boy is concerned. Those two needs to happen para later on ma-develop sa bata yung awareness na lalaki ako, therefore masculine ang orientation ko. Or babae ako, therefore feminine ang orientation ko.
Sa kabilang banda, nakausap din namin si Professor Bayani Santos Jr., publisher ng kauna-unahang gay newspaper sa Pilipinas. Iba ang pananaw niya at ng marami pang ibang gays ukol sa sexual orientation.
As clearly already espoused now by practically all scientists, meaning the American Psychological Association, the Psychiatric Organization of America, etc. Orientation is something permanent. You are born with it. You cannot change it. Orientation is permanent.
It's complicated. Or is it really? Pag-uusapan natin yan sa aming pagbabalik.
Since then, nung bata pa naman ako, ganito na ako. Kasi mga pinsan ko kasi lahat babae. Ako lang naiiba.
Elementary ka ng mga grade 2.
Nung bata pa ako. Kasi I came from all-girls school. Ayun, yun yung kinalaman ko.
mahirap po siyang i-trace. Although yung first time kong na-attract ay nung high school.
Elementary, hindi naman ako totally nagladlad kagad.
Hindi ko po alam. Kusa lang po. Kusa lang po tumibok yung puso ko.
Para saan? Okay lang eh, bahala sila. Buhay nila yun eh.
Normal lang, sanay na ako daming tibo sa high school namin.
They're just people who are confused. Deep inside they know that, or they understand na they're really meant to be a man or a woman.
It's their choice eh. I mean, who am I to judge them for their choices in their lives?
Wala naman talagang pinanganak na bakla at saka tomboy. It's a sexual preference. And when you say preference, ginusto mo lang yun.
I think it's perfectly natural and that they should be accepted in the society the same as every other heterosexual. They're people just like us. What's so different about them?
We meet a lot of them every day. Hinahangaan o di kaya'y pinagtatawanan pa nga natin ang ibang bading at tomboy sa mga palabas sa TV. Ano nga ba ang kinalaman ng sexual orientation sa homosexuality? Kapag bakla ba o tomboy ba, siguradong homosexual na? Pwede nga bang piliin natin ang ating sexual orientation?
It's not something that a person decides yung mag-change siya ng kanyang orientation. It's basically a byproduct of how he or she has been raised by the parents. Tapos ano yung mga experiences within that time na nasa piling siya ng mga magulang niya. Yung bata talaga in the process of development, dumadaan sa period na in a way nako-confuse muna siya. Hindi niya pa sigurado kung ano ba siya talaga. Kung male ba siya, o masculine ba siya, or feminine. Wala pa siyang ganong awareness. By the age of 3, dito na unti-unting nagkakaroon ng awareness yung bata na lalaki ako, kagaya ko si tatay. Or ay babae ako, mas kagaya ko si nanay. Usually, yung gender identity confusion can be caused by, for example, neglect ng parents, yung feeling ng bata na rejected siya or unwanted siya. Sa case, for example, ng absentee parents, either yung tatay ay maagang sumakabilang buhay o sumakabilang bahay, ayan, o kaya dahil nag-abroad and therefore lumalaki yung batang lalaki na walang role model. Sa murang pagkabata, ang napipick up niya ngayon yung mga kilos ng nanay, pananaw ng nanay. Dito na mabubuo yung kanyang paniniwala sa sarili niya na babae ako na nakakulong sa katawan ng lalaki.
Merong mga magulang na gustong-gustong magkaanak ng babae. Siguro puro lalaki ng anak niya, no? Tapos nagtatry pa sila, nagtatry. Tapos puro lalaki pa rin ang lumalabas. Hanggang finally na alam nila hindi na pwedeng magkaanak ang kanyang asawa at ang huling anak ay lalaki pa rin. So ang ginagawa nila, binibihisan nila to ng bestida, inaayusan ng parang babae. So ang nangyayari ngayon sa murang isip ng bata, siya ba ay isang lalaki? Bakit niya ginagampanan ang isang role bilang babae?
Malaki ang factor dito ng tinatawag nating labeling. For example, sa batang lalaki, 3 years old, wala naman siyang awareness na yung palang mga sinasabi niya, yung palang mga ikinikilos niya, mga palatandaan na meron siyang gender identity confusion. Pero here comes an adult, sasabihin siya, bakla. You know? Somehow that word begins to enter his mind. Ano yung bakla? He becomes curious about that. And eto na siya ngayon, teenager na siya, bakla pa din ang tawag sa kanya. Yung persistent na labeling basically conditions the mind ng tao na merong gender identity confusion.
Kung si Professor Bayani naman ang tatanungin, iba ang impluwensya ng magulang sa sexualidad ng kanilang anak.
Kaya ako nangingiti dyan kasi ganito yun eh. Yung mga psychologists o psychiatrists na nagsasabi, Kaya naging bading yan kasi yung nanay naging dominant o yung tatay naging ganon, ganito. Kung siguro mapapatunayan natin na sa isang pamilya, lahat ng anak naging bading dahil doon sa kilos ng magulang, pareho lang naman ng mga magulang, no? Siguro maaring may basis yan. Pero minsan, kita mo naman, kambal pa. Isa lalaki, isa lalaking lalaki, isa bading. Maaring ang maging influence ay outward lang. Halimbawa, negatibo pa nga influensya. Tulad ng, halimbawa, magulang na hindi accepting, magtatago ang anak. Di ba? Kasi natural. Hindi accepting ang magulang, anong gagawin ng anak kundi i-conceal yung kanya identity? The family then becomes a very important tool, rather a very negative tool in deforming his true identity as a gay man.
Bukod sa kanyang pananaw, meron ding apila si Professor Bayani na isang aminadong gay sa mga straight at conservative na mga tao.
Mahirap na maging judgmental kayo about many facts that you don't know. You have not been inside the body of a gay man. You have not been inside the body of a lesbian. Iwan nyo sa Diyos yung issue na yan. Mahirap na mahirap na kayo ang humatol diyan, lalo na kung may mga preconceived notions na kayo, no. Tulad ng yung pananaw na love the sinner, hate the sin. Diyos mio. I can't even understand that. That's I think institutionalized hypocrisy. Inadaan nyo sa retorika yung problema ng mga tao. Mahal mo ako pero yung kasalanan ko, ina-assume mo na kasalanan ko ang pagiging bading, halimbawa. Sinong sabi sa yung kasalanan?
Kasalanan nga bang maging bading? Kasalanan nga bang maging tibo? Susunod na po yan.
It's a greater sin to discriminate against other people just because they love somebody of the same sex. And that if you're thinking about good and evil, you should really look at your own actions.
Hindi kasi ako believer ni God. So, I don't think it's a sin. Mali yung ginagawa ng isang tao kapag may nasasaktan na ibang tao.
Yes, homosexuality is a sin. Sin is missing the mark. It's not, hindi lang siya yung paggawa ng masama, but it's kung hindi mo na-fulfill yung identity mo, I consider that as a sin.
No, it's not a sin. Parehas lang, tao rin. Ito yung ginusto namin. Tsaka, dito kami masaya.
Sa akin, hindi naman siya kasalanan kasi natutunan ko na rin naman tanggapin sila sa society. Pero sa akin lang, dapat alam nila yung limitations nila.
Alam kong kasalanan, pero nag-i-enjoy ako. Nag-i-enjoy ako sa kalandian. Pero takot naman ako makipag-relasyon. Basta malandi lang ako.
As a gay po, wag niyo po akong i-judge kasi hindi niyo po ako kilala. Tao din po kami.
Lahat naman tayo, tao, kailangan, nirespeto din naman namin sila. Kaya syempre, sila, kailangan din naman kami i-respeto. Respeto naman kami.
Sarili mo natigyan nila bago yung ibang tao. Pinanganak ako na lalaki, mamamatay rin naman ako na lalaki. Kumbaga sa edad kong to, nag-i-enjoy ini-enjoy ko lang sarili ko.
Nothing to be guilty naman eh. Kasi as long as wala ka namang ginagawang masama, kung magiging lalaki ka tapos magiging tulad ka ng iba na tambay lang, so mas maigi na maging ganito ka na alam mo namang gumagawa ka ng tama at nag-aaral ka na mabuti.
Gusto ko sana, bakla na lang kaming lahat, pero wag na lang yung makipag-ano sa lalaki. Kasi di ba, masama naman talaga to. Wala naman ginawa na dapat lalaki sa lalaki.
Our experts say that confusion over gender identity is a byproduct of how parents nurture or neglect their children. Kung confusion o kalituhan lamang ito, bakit daw ito nagiging kasalanan? Ano ang kaugnayan nito sa homosexuality?
Homosexuality is not an identity. It's a behavior. And a person who has gender identity confusion only becomes a homosexual kapag inact out niya o ipinamuhay niya yung nararamdaman niyang attraction with the same sex to the point na meron na silang sexual relationship. that's what makes a person homosexual. Siguro sabihin ko na rin na kahit na ang isang tao ay heterosexual, ang orientation, kapag nag-engage in a same-sex relationship, yung behavior na yun mismo is considered already as homosexual. When God designed us as male and female, He meant for us opposites to come together in a context of marriage, the context of marriage, para ma-celebrate natin yung ating sexuality.
Yung sinasabi ng Bible naman na homosexual being wrong is kung yung lalaki ka, may ka-relationship ka na lalaki. Iyon ang hindi ina-allow ng Bible. So, sabi nga nila bakit ginamit ang Bible yung homosexual? Kasi nga sa Bible, dalawa lang ang sex, babae at lalaki.
But beyond simply dismissing this behavior as sinful, it may be worth looking at gays, lesbians, and homosexuals with a different perspective. It may just be their expression for a deeper need.
Need ng mga homosexuals ng totoong pagmamahal, ng totoong pagtanggap, ng totoong pagrespeto. Sa mga honest na practicing homosexuals, sinasabi nila, it's not about sex. Hindi yung pleasure ng sexual relationship talaga ang hinahanap nila sa mga relationships. Ang hinahanap nga nila yung kapunuan ng deficit sa kanilang development as a human being na hindi na ipagkaloob sa kanila o hindi nila natanggap o naranasan while they were growing up. Ang sinasabi nila, homosexuality is about seeking to meet your legitimate emotional needs through illegitimate means. Ganun kalalim yung issue nila. No? And it's not something na pwede nating, i-take for granted, gawing joke o pagtawan-tawanan. We really have to take them seriously. No? Kasi serious talaga yung need nila.
Kuya Vince Santiago also urges Christians to change their approach in relating with lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgenders or the LGBT community.
Hindi naman dapat sabihin homosexuality is a sin to the person who's homosexual. Huwag nating pansinin kung ano yung kasalanan nila. Hayaan mo silang makadetect. Basta importante nasa loob sila ng kandungan ng Panginoon sa loob ng simbahan. Kung hindi nagbabago, huwag ka mainip. You should not be impatient. Yan kaya nagiging judgmental tayo because of impatience. Marunong pa tayo kay God.
Kuya Vince personally knows how it feels to be on both sides of the fence. He himself had a sex change when he was younger, but he had a change of heart when he encountered Jesus. So, how then do we love them? Ano ba ang tamang pakikitungo sa kanila?
Ngayon, sa simbahan, kapag ka merong nang-aaway o may masamang tumingin dahil nakababae yung isang bakla, ako ang kaaway. Kasi wala tayong karapatan na magbago ng kahit na sino. Ultimo ako, marami nang inayos sa akin si God. Naiintindihan ko na hindi ako ang nagbabago sa mga ito, kung hindi si God.
We have to be humble enough to acknowledge our shortcomings and in fact even apologize to them. Kasi we have never really taken the time to seriously consider ano yung issues nila. Maintindihan sila for who they really are at kung ano yung mga pinagdaanan nila. Siguro in our passion, gamitin ang Biblia at yung mga sinasabi ng Biblia about homosexuality para i-condemn sila. Nararamdaman ng mga struggling homosexuals na they're not accepted in our churches. They don't feel comfortable coming into our church kasi kahit wala tayong sinasabi, nararamdaman nila na they don't belong there.
We accept them as persons. Kasi beyond the label, these are labels, homosexual, lesbians, they're still people.
I think the healthy way of accepting a person is yung nire-respeto mo siya because he is a person na merong dignity, merong worth. By just being with them, importante yun, yung spending time with them, actually listening to them. Yung unhealthy acceptance naman, yung sinasabi nating tolerance. Kasi yan yung gusto mo, diyan ka masaya, sige tanggap na kita, gawin mo na kahit anong gusto mong gawin, and wala kang maririnig sa akin, hindi kita hinuhusgahan.
Like heterosexuals or straight people, gays, lesbians, and homosexuals have pains, hurts, needs as human beings. Mapatutunayan natin yan sa kwento ni JP De Leon. Abangan nyo.
Act normal lang, don't try hard. Parang nagigets naman namin na bading kayo, pero like basta huwag kayo magta-try hard. Don't be involved into sexual acts na yun talaga yung pinaka-point ko ba't nasisira yung image namin sa mga bading.
Sana magbago na lang sila, pilitin nila kung baguhin nila uli yung nararamdaman nila. Kasi tingin ko minsan ano lang yan, yung parang sa kapaligiran na rin o kaya namamana sa mga kaibigan.
Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself in front of the mirror. Gusto mo maghubad ka ba? Tingnan mo kung ano ka. Are you man or woman? At yung tanggapin mo kung sino ka.
Dapat maintindihan nila na yung original design nila is lalaki talaga. Na they are made in the image of God. Diba? God made us in His own likeness and image.
Dapat di sila matakot na i-express yung sarili nila. Pero wag din silang magagalit dun sa mga magdi-disagree sa kung ano mang pananaw nila. Kasi hindi talaga sa ngayon, hindi pa rin fully matatanggap yun. Kasi nga, ang turo sa religion, dalawa lang talaga ang gender.
Panganay sa tatlong magkakapatid si JP. Ngunit hindi niya naranasan ang pag-aaruga ng mga magulang. Even school was a painful experience for him.
My dad left when I was 3 years old. Nagpunta siya diretso sa US. While my mom naman followed my dad when I was 7 years old. Growing up is really tough for me. At school, I'm always bullied because of how I look. Most of the time, I do act if sobrang lamya.
Initially, JP had many male friends in school. That is, until the day he didn't make it to the toilet in time. His friends ostracized him after that particularly embarrassing incident. And he found solace in the company of different friends, gay friends.
Yung mga dati kong friends na mga lalaki, they started leaving me out. And the only thing na natatakbuhan ko noon is yung mga grupo ng, let's say, medyo malalamya. I was grade 3 during the time when I first associated with gays. Since I found enjoyment with them, people try to associate me with that term. I don't know what gay is during that time. What I know is that gay is fun. Sa bahay, hindi naman ako masaya, so I prefer spending time with happy people.
Desperate for love and attention and having an overwhelming desire to be happy, JP didn't just identify with gays. He adopted their lifestyle. Natutunan niya pang ang tumakas sa bahay para pumunta sa mga bar sa Malate. He partied all night. Pero isang masakit na karanasan ang nagmulat ng kanyang mga mata sa katotohanan.
Since wala dito yung parents ko, yung allowances ng kapatid ko sa akin pumupunta. One time, nakalimutan kong bigyan siya ng allowance. What happened is that when he opened the door, he caught me sleeping with another man, totally naked. And what I saw in his eyes was, Kuya, bakit? And I actually got hurt because of how he felt. Na parang, Kuya, ikaw yung tumatay yung lalaki sa akin eh. Kaya lang, bakit mo ginagawa to?
These incidents led him to really think hard about the kind of lifestyle he had embraced.
I went in our rooftop and really cried out so much that parang, bakit ganito? Bakit ganito yung nangyayari sa akin? Palagi na lang akong na-empty. Wala nang bagay na makapagpuno na sa akin. Kahit friends ko, hindi ako mapuno. Kahit yung parties ko, darating ako sa bahay, kahit lasing ako. Pero paggising ko pa rin kinabukasan, parang may kulang pa rin. Parang empty pa rin. Parang sirang-sira pa rin ako. Parang feeling ko ginamit lang ako. The real reason why I wanted to enter into relationship is because I want to help the other people. But instead of being able to be a help to that person. Ako pa yung nagko-consume dun sa person. Ako pa yung kumakain sa lahat ng pagmamahal na meron siya. Hanggang sa nasasaktan ko na sila. Hanggang sa wala na akong itutulong sa kanila. Then I ask, Lord, is this the end of my life? Ito ba yung gusto mong mangyari sa akin hanggang pagtanda ko?
Sabi nga nila, ask and you shall receive. God's answer to JP came loud and clear. He met Orange, an office mate, and was curious about her calm, quiet presence.
Napansin ko na, bakit itong babaeng to nagkakagulo na kami sa department namin, siya parang napakakalmado pa rin. Why is it that she could really stand still? And I've asked her, anong meron ka? Then she said, there's God inside me. Okay? And then one time, Orange texted me, sabi niya, JP, meron kaming seminar. I came in at the first time, sabi ko, ano meron? Parang church ata itong dinala niya sa akin. When Pastora Shalene started talking, it's as if she was talking about my life. Hindi niya naman alam yung buhay ko, pero bakit alam na alam niya lahat ng pagsubok na pinagdadaanan ko? Then, that's that time when I felt that God is really talking to me for the first time. That's the time na sinasabi niya sa akin na, JP, I was there all the time for you. That's the time when I felt Him moving in my life.
Finally, JP found the new beginning he was longing for.
That's November 2009. When I told him, Lord, I feel so empty. Could you go inside my heart? When He started dealing in my life, He showed me a lot of things. Tinitignan ko yung sarili ko as mababa, napatapon. But He saw me as someone who's valuable, na kayang pagkatiwalaan ng malalaking pangarap. Then that is the moment when I decided, Lord, I want that kind of identity.
Dahil sa pagbabagong ito, hindi lamang si JP ang nakinabang, kundi pati ang kanyang mga mahal sa buhay.
Since nasa Amerika yung parents ko, nagme-message lang ako, nag-email ako sa mama ko at papa ko pag wala na akong allowance. When love overflowed in my life, even to my dad, na dati hindi niya ako kinakausap. But right now, there was even a time umabot kami 1 to 2 hours na talk. As for my brother naman ngayon, I started pouring out love to him. I started appreciating him. I even wrote a letter to him how good he is, na kahit na walang naniniwala sa'yo, nandito ako, tatayo ako bilang kuya mo. There was a really good conversation I had with my lolo where I was able to pray for him. He even told me, JP, pwedeng dito ka na lang. Bumalik ka na lang dito para halos gabi-gabi pag hindi ako makakatulog, ipagdadasal mo ako.
And JP is absolutely certain about one thing, which he wants to share with others.
Ang identity mo ay nakasalalay kay God lang at wala nang iba.
When I say to a person na nag-struggle with homosexuality na be open to God, that also means allow God to bring healing sa iba-ibang areas ng buhay mo where you have experienced pain and rejection. Kasi that's the only way na maaring mabuo uli yung image na originally dinisign ng Diyos para sa Kanya.
Whatever sexual orientation or disorientation the person possess, siya lang ang makakapag-decide sa sarili niya. Hanggang kailan ka magiging masaya, hanggang kailan ka magiging malungkot, hanggang kailan ka magde-decide. Ikaw lang yan eh.
Christianity is the fellowship. Ang fellowship at saka homosexuality, hindi dapat magkaroon ng conflict. Kasi fellowship ang pinag-uusapan natin eh. Pero, the holiness of God and homosexuality cannot meet.
Babae, lalaki. Man, woman. It is how God created and designed us to be. The story of creation in Genesis says, we are made in the image and likeness of God. Psalms 139 says, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Isn't that an awesome thought? That God carefully planned our being, who we are and what we would become, and that God created us to be like Him? But there are those who say they were assigned the wrong gender at birth, which is like saying that God had made a mistake with them. So, kasalanan bang maging bading? Kasalanan bang maging lesbian? siguro ang kasalanan ay sabihing nagkamali ang Diyos. At kasalanan din na husgahan at pangilagan ang nilikha ng Diyos. God didn't make a mistake with me. And He certainly didn't make a mistake with you. If Jesus were to meet a homosexual today, what would Jesus do?